Welcome back to Talk of Alabama. Today we begin our segment with an interesting topic, about some alcohol. Hey, y'all be quiet over there in the kitchen. We're trying to work over here. We've got Ted Breaux, who is a master distiller, joining us this morning, and we're learning about this, essentially alcohol that was banned for 95 years, and you brought back.
Absinthe was the most popular drink in France.
Yeah?
In the 19th century, and it was banned there and banned here in the U.S. for about 95 years, and we got that change in 2007.
Okay.
And after quite a fight. And basically, so March 5th, 2007 is National Absinthe Day, and every March 5th, well, naturally Absinthe.
Yes.
National Absinthe Day.
Wait, before you mix, I want to point out, it's got a pale green color from the
olive tint.
Herbal components of it.
Right, right. All natural, made from plants. And basically, you can see that it clouds if we add water to it. This is an antique French absinthe glass, so I thought I would bring this just to show. Basically, before there was Facebook, you know, like in the 19th century, the extent of your social life was basically going to the cafe 5 p.m., enjoying a glass of absinthe, or 3 or 6.
Now, this is strong, though. It's 100 and what proof?
124 proof, but, you know, it's very, very perfumed. You can smell very perfumey. And, yeah, so I'm proud that, you know, Lucid Absinthe Superior is the first genuine absinthe in the United States in 95 years.
That's pretty amazing. Now, why was it banned for all those years?
Well, it's a long, sordid story. It's one of the most fascinating tales in the world of spirits and cocktails. Absinthe is just, it has a wonderful history, and it was so popular that the wine industry hated it. Yeah. So, a lot of economic and political
stuff.
Yeah, wranglings in there. Of course, that never happens. But anyway, so I'm happy to bring it back.
It has this name because it's called the Green Fairy. Is that the nickname of it?
That's right. The nickname for absinthe was the Green Fairy because absinthe is green, and when you add water to it, it becomes cloudy, and they were fascinating. It's like the Japanese tea ceremony, and this was like a ritual. It was very, very fashionable to be seen in a cafe drinking absinthe in the 19th century.
Very nice. Okay, so would you drink it plain like this, or are you making something else with this?
Well, you never drink it neat. In the French style, you add a little ice water, and then there were many cocktails that came that were developed, because of absinthe, nice perfume flavor. And one of those cocktails, which is actually a fairly recent cocktail, is, well, you've had Bloody Marys.
Yeah, okay.
And when you drink Bloody Mary, typically you drink it with vodka, which is basically alcohol and water in a fancy bottle. But with absinthe, it's a very interesting twist.
Okay, make one up.
Yeah, so I can do that. So basically, making a Bloody Fairy.
Okay, so now it's a Bloody Fairy. That's cute.
It's the Bloody Fairy. So basically what you do is you start with about, absinthe is about 50% stronger than vodka. So we're not going to overdo it. We put about, maybe about an ounce or so.
Okay.
Of absinthe, and you can smell it's very perfumed. Smell that?
It does.
Yeah, it's because this is distilled from plants. Actually, I work in a distillery in France. It's been around since the 19th century using original equipment. It's a great job.
Now,
it's not just
with
a
your
job.
last name being Breaux, you're from New Orleans, but you're here in Birmingham now, and then you worked in France, so you're kind of all over the place.
I'm kind of all over the place. You know, it's like I say, it's not a real job. It's an adventure. But
your title's master distiller, so you get to do this every day.
Yeah, and I'm a research scientist, so this is sort of what I've done with my college education. A bit of a twist, but I'm not complaining.
What do your parents say?
My parents are fascinated by this.
Yeah. Do they drink it?
Yes, they do. My parents do like absinthe.
Okay.
Yeah, and most people do once they
try it,
get a taste for it. Yeah.
Okay.
And one thing I like in a Bloody Mary is I never had ice. I like to chill my Bloody Mary mix.
Okay. So you're adding zing zang.
Yeah, you can add a little ice. Just don't overdo it. A little zing zang. Give it some zing.
Okra pickles.
Well, I'm from Louisiana, so hey.
Why not?
That's it.
It's already almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah, maybe a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce.
Okay.
And the secret ingredient to any Bloody Mary or Bloody Fairy, it's just a touch of.
Now, I'm curious where, having this being banned for so long, and now that it's back in circulation, where do you buy it?
Well, the nice thing is that here in the U.S., you can buy Lucid Absinthe in all 50 states. So it's available everywhere.
Okay.
And it took a while to get that to happen because this was sort of a phased approach. But the thing about absinthe is the availability has outpaced education. So a big part of what I do is go around and educate bartenders and people in the restaurateurs and whatever. And this is not celery. This is a sprig of Italian fennel. And since Lucid is distilled with Anise fennel, makes a nice garnish.
So you could do all kinds of things with this beverage.
And you know, every bartender who really takes an interest in cocktails has a copy of a book called the Savoy Cocktail Book, published 1930.
Okay.
And there are over 100 cocktails in that book that call for absinthe. Over 100. So there are great many cocktails with it. And this stuff was really popular, and it vanished. And so when people, a lot of times when people say absinthe, wait a minute, I think I've seen that word.
Yeah.
And if you go to New Orleans, you can go to Bourbon Street. You'll see a bar on Bourbon Street called the Old Absinthe House, which has been there since 1874.
Okay.
I mean, the stuff was crazy popular.
Yeah.
And it was brought in through every port.
Well, you'd be so fun to go have a cocktail with because you know so much about, you can have a whole conversation about this.
Yeah, oftentimes that seems to be what happens. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so where do people get more information on you and what you do?
Well, you can go to drinklucid.com. That's always a good start.
Okay, drinklucid.com.
Yeah, and of course, the University of Google, much to
Well, Ted Breaux, nice to see you here.
Great to be here.
And you're
finally
heading off to France.
In my new hometown, you know.
Yeah. What do you think of Birmingham? Nice, huh?
Yeah, I love it here. Glad to have relocated here. Good home base to base my operations of jumping around the planet. So.
Well, you're off to Paris or France Monday.
Yeah, off to Paris on Monday, and then it's off to London, where I'll be there for a few weeks, all in the name of absinthe.
Oh, it's a hard job.
It's tough. It really is.
Thanks so much for being here.
Hey, my pleasure.
We've got to take a quick segue over to the kitchen where Ebony is standing by.
Yeah, the reason why we were making so much noise, Lori says, "What is that?" I said, "Absinthe," and she's like, "Oh, what?"